to you. You import PyAutoGUI, import time, and PyAutoGUI.click, and then your parameters are the location on your screen in terms of pixels. So, for example, 35 this way, 35 down along the corridors and down the stairs. Python always works from the top left and then goes that way in increasing. It doesn't start from the bottom, it works from the top left. And then your last parameter is your button left. After that, you can tell it to stop if you want for a while. And I use that to write this. So basically, this is a series of button clicks which will start this for me, this game up here, which I really love. OpenRA, go and see it. Now I'm going to run this now, and I want you to watch what happens. So I'm going to run this, and it's no hands right now. And what it's done is it's clicked on the icon. It's going to wait for a little while until it's completely sure that the game has started. And then it's going to click on single player for me, hopefully. Click on single players, click on skirmish, and it's going to start the game for me. And it should also deploy my MCV. So it should do the first act in the game. You can't actually see it because it's behind me. There you go. And it's deployed my MCV for me. So all of that has happened as a result of this code that I've written here for Python to execute for me. And it's just literally a series of clicks. Now, that's all well and good. But what would happen if I move the icon? So I've taken the icon, I've placed it somewhere else, and I'm going to run the same script again. Now, you guys can probably guess what's going to happen here, but what's going to happen is, look, it's missed. The mouse has clicked up there on the screen, it's missed, and it's going to keep on clicking around the screen, but it's going to miss all the things that I want it to hit. So it's probably going to click down in the Python shell next, but there you go, there it goes. But the point is that it's not clicking where I want it to click. It's a bit of a dumb system because it's only doing exactly what I've told it to do. Now, obviously, this is a problem. Look, it's clicking down there now, and nothing is happening that I wanted to happen. Now, this is an issue because all desktops are not alike, and things move around, icons move around on your desktop. So wouldn't it be great if you could tell Python exactly what you want it to click on? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Well, it might not surprise you, but this is actually a possibility, and I'm going to show you how. So what we're going to do is start a new file, and we're actually going to need something a little bit different this time. So we're going to save this file. I'm just going to do a little bit of best practice here. So we're going to start a folder, bit of a burp word there. So it's a best practice. So we're just going to call this click icon, all right? And we're going to be saving all of our files in click icon. So we're going to save this. Also, let's save it as click icon, and we're going to save it right here inside click icon, clickicon.py. All you recognize it's a Py file, but you know it's always best practice to let it know what you're doing. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is import that same PyAutoGUI that we had before. So import PyAutoGUI. And now we're going to want to do something interesting. We're going to want PyAutoGUI to be able to recognize exactly what we want it to click on and nothing else. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this method right here. So PyAutoGUI.locate on screen. Note the camel caps there. So I'm actually missed out the S there, camel caps. Locate on screen. Now, in terms of a parameter, the thing that we're going to put in the brackets here, the parameter that we're going to tell it to operate on, we actually need to create a file for it to find. And we're going to create a PNG file for it to find today. And that's the reason I've got the snipping tool up. Now, if you want to know how to find the snipping tool, you just go down to Cortana search. And if you just start typing in snipping tool, you'll find it right there. I've already got it up, so I'm not going to click on it again. And I'm just going to click on new here. When that happens, the screen blanks out. Don't worry, nothing crazy is happening. But I've just realised that I'm not moving anymore on the camera while that's going on, maybe. Or was I still moving? I don't know. I don't know if I was still moving or not. Anyway, so I'm going to click this. And what I'm going to do now is highlight this icon. So I'm going to highlight this icon. I could do all of it, but I'm just going to do the icon here. There's the icon. And I'm going to save it as... We've got to make sure we save it into this folder here. and we're going to save it as, let's save it as ORA icon, open red alert icon. And we're going to save it as a PNG. It's going to do that automatically, but you know, it's good practice to be aware of what you're saving things as. And save. Right, and now we can get rid of that. Now if we just have a look what that's done, that's now placed the icon. If I just move this onto my other screen, multi-screening, guys, like a boss. So here it is. Here's the other icon in this folder right here. All right, and because it's in the same folder as the file, we can now tell this to open ORA icon. All right, so we're going to tell this to locate that. Now, if we just run this as it is, it's not actually going to do anything, because literally all it's going to do is locate that for us. So there we go, and it's happened. It's located it, but why didn't it tell us where it was? Well, we didn't ask it to tell us where it was. So what we're going to do now, let's just move this out of the way so it's not confusing me. We're actually going to get it to print out this location here. But the first thing, if we just type print here and go like that, there we go, and we can see here that the left extremity, the left extremity of this object was found at 91 pixels left, and the top, and that's along the X and Y axis, and the top extremity was located at 44 pixels. Oops, and the top extremity of this was located at 112 pixels down. All right, so that's 91 pixels left, 112 pixels down, and that it has a width of 44 pixels and a height of 52 pixels. So it's now told us where that is. Python now knows where that object is on the page, and on the screen, sorry, and I can move it to somewhere else. We can run this again. So let's go ahead and run this again. And there we go. See, we've still got the same width and height, but now it's changed because Python knows where this is. It's found it on the screen, and it's returning this for us to let us know because we've asked it to print. Now, rather than getting it to print this, wouldn't it be useful if we could get it to click on this? Well, yes, it would be. So if you remember last time, pyAutoGUI.click, and then we could return the parameters that we wanted it to click with. So let's just try that and see if it works here. So we are now going to do pyAutoGUI.click, GUI.click, and we're now going to use the parameters as the location on the screen. They're the parameters we're going to use. So let's just try saving this and see what happens now. And I want you to watch this icon when I do this to see if it lights up as if it's been clicked. And there we go. Python has gone straight to that icon. It has found it and it has clicked it. Just looking over there to see what the time is. And isn't that just phenomenal? Now, what if we wanted to double click that to open it? Let's try that. Well, one thing you might have noticed just now is that actually it takes it a while to do this. So it's oh, look at that. Look at that. It actually found the second icon right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I found the second icon there. So I'm actually going to close this. I didn't count on that happening. There were two icons on the screen. So there we go. It's found it and it's clicked on it. It's clicked on it twice, but those clicks were not fast enough to be the double click to open it. And the reason for that is because there's a little bit of processing time there in actually locating it. And in looking at the file, processing the file, and then working out where it was on the screen, there's a bit of a delay there. So what would be ideal is if we could get those coordinates and actually have those coordinates saved in a variable to use later. So we're actually going to get rid of this. There we go. Away that goes, and we're just going to save this as the variable click, highly descriptive, there. And now what we're going to do is, now that that's going to be saved in a variable once it's found that, we can now do pyAutoGUI dot click, and we can now tell that where we want it to click. We can tell it. So we're going to go click here. I'm literally just going to type in click. The reason we can do this is because it's a variable that's been saved, and let's just see if that works. So it's going to locate it and then it's going to click on it. Let's just move it somewhere else to have a little bit of variety and just kind of, you know, prove the point that this is actually happening. PyAutoGUI click, and we should see the mouse move. I don't think the mouse moved, actually. I'm not sure the mouse moved there. So let's do that again. There we go. The mouse moved and it clicked on it. I'm not sure what happened before. Maybe I just moved the mouse afterwards. So now surely, if we do this, all the hard work's been done. It knows the location. It saved it in a variable. Now we should just be able to press F5. It'll double click and open it up. And isn't that phenomenal? And this icon can now be absolutely anywhere. Let's just close that down when it's loaded up. Sorry, OpenRA, another time. So let's just close this down, and it doesn't matter where we move this now. We can move it absolutely anywhere on the screen, and it'll be found and clicked on. It wasn't found and clicked on. Maybe I didn't start it. There we go. Let's try and start again. There we go. And it's found it, it's double clicked on it, and isn't that phenomenal? And I just thought that was worth sharing because Python's not just good for, you know, clicking random places in the screen where you decide. It can also find things, which leads me actually to think about this. The other day I did a like a 24, I think it's about a 20-hour live stream of me playing Cookie Clicker online using Python, using the auto clicker thing. And one thing I realized was you get these golden cookies that pop up every now and again. I'm just going to get that up for you. PyJolt. You get these golden cookies, and wouldn't it be great if you could get Python to actually click on those golden cookies for you? Wouldn't that be absolutely fantastic? Well, now that's a possibility. If we just go and find that epic live stream, it may well be that it's I'm looking on the channel here. It may well be that it's not actually available to view yet for some reason. Yeah, because it sometimes takes a little bit of time to process, or maybe I've got to make it public. But anyway, wouldn't it be great if you could do that? If you could have it automatically click on the golden cookies and all that kind of stuff as they come up, because Python would be able to recognize it. Of course, you'd have to make your own PNG. If there's only one pixel out in the PNG, then it wouldn't work, and that's why I've changed the background here. Because if it was one pixel out, it wouldn't do anything. And I guess the next step from here is going to be learning how, for example, to get Python to be able to play a game like this, to be able to recognize, say, an enemy unit, and send your guys to go and chase it, and silence it. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. This is PyJolt signing off, and look forward to seeing you next time.